Formula One is much more than just a speed competition. It's a spectacle that blends technological innovation, team strategy, and human passion. And within this dynamic universe, few teams carry as much historical weight as Ferrari. With its iconic prancing horse and roots deeply embedded in Italian automotive culture, the Scuderia has been synonymous with excellence for decades. However, recent years have been a true test of endurance for the legendary team. While modern rivalries flourish, Ferrari seems trapped in a vicious cycle of ups and downs that keeps it far from the spotlight of the world title. But now, intriguing rumors have begun to circulate, suggesting that monumental changes may be on the horizon. Changes that could not only revitalize Ferrari, but also send shockwaves throughout the sport. Nico Rosberg, former world champion and now a respected analyst in the paddock, recently revealed some of these rumors. He mentioned something that could be a game changer for the Italian team: the possibility of setting up an operational base in the United Kingdom, the beating heart of Formula One's ecosystem. This idea, though ambitious, reflects a growing trend among the top teams in the sport. Currently, 7 of the 10 F1 teams are headquartered in the UK, and even international giants like Audi and Racing Bulls are considering expanding their operations to this strategic region. For Ferrari, this would be a radical, but perhaps necessary, step given the current context. To understand why this could be so crucial, we need to look at Ferrari's recent history. Since their last Constructors' Championship title in 2008, the team has experienced a series of promising moments, followed by frustrating downturns. In 2010, Fernando Alonso came incredibly close to bringing the championship back to Maranello, but ultimately succumbed to Sebastian Vettel's masterful performance with Red Bull during the thrilling finale in Abu Dhabi. In the following years, Ferrari oscillated between competitive periods and underwhelming performances. Even when Vettel joined the team in 2015, the promise of a triumphant return to the top never fully materialized. Although there were flashes of brilliance, particularly in 2017 and 2018, Ferrari always seemed to stumble at the crucial moments. More recently, under Fred Vasseur's leadership, the team has shown signs of recovery, coming dangerously close to ending its long title drought. However, the current season has delivered a harsh reality check. After 10 races, the gap to McLaren, second in the Constructors' Championship, has already surpassed an astonishing 191 points. This gulf reflects not only technical issues, but also deep structural problems that go far beyond simple tweaks to car setups. What makes the situation even more complex is that Ferrari has already tried almost everything to break free from this crisis. Over the past 17 years, the team has seen a succession of team principles come and go without being able to break the vicious cycle. Replacing Vasseur might temporarily ease the pressure, but is unlikely to solve the core issues. This is where the idea of a more drastic change, such as setting up a base in the UK, comes into play. When discussing the Formula One ecosystem, it's impossible to ignore the central role of the United Kingdom. More than just a convenient location, the country hosts a unique infrastructure that includes specialized suppliers, elite engineers, and a collaborative environment that drives innovation. 7 of the 10 F1 teams are based there, and even newcomers like Audi are planning facilities in the region. Racing Bulls, headquartered in Italy, is also following this trend. So why should Ferrari be left out? Nico Rosberg highlighted a crucial point during his analysis on the F1 show. I've seen a bit of how Ferrari operates internally, and you can see that the level of excellence they have is not comparable to the British teams, especially someone like Mercedes, in many areas. He explained that Ferrari's geographical location in Italy creates significant barriers. At Mercedes, whenever Lewis had a problem, he would go straight to Toto Wolff. Toto could just make the decision, and that's it. At Ferrari, there are so many decision makers, and even Lewis doesn't really know what to do. It's all a bit difficult. This observation reveals a fundamental cultural difference. While Mercedes operates with a clear and efficient hierarchical structure, Ferrari faces challenges related to bureaucracy and dispersed responsibilities. A subsidiary in the UK could help the team adopt more agile and integrated practices, as well as facilitate the recruitment of top-tier talent. World-class engineers, for example, may be reluctant to uproot their lives in the UK to move to Italy. With a local presence, Ferrari could attract these professionals without demanding major personal sacrifices. A striking example of this issue is the case of Adrian Newey, the genius behind many of Red Bull's successes. Last year, he was considering offers from several teams, including Ferrari. However, he ultimately chose Aston Martin, whose headquarters are just 25 minutes away from Milton Keynes, where Red Bull is based. For Newey, staying in the UK was a practical and personal priority. Ferrari, on the other hand, couldn't offer a solution that fit his specific needs. Losing such an influential figure was a harsh blow for the team, reinforcing the importance of adapting to the global talent market. If this change does indeed happen, Lewis Hamilton will undoubtedly be one of the biggest beneficiaries. The seven-time world champion has a contract with Ferrari that includes an extension clause until the end of 2027. During this time, he hopes not only to fight for the title, but also to leave a lasting legacy with the team. However, for that to happen, Ferrari needs to provide a competitive car and an efficient working environment. Hamilton has publicly expressed his admiration for Fred Vasseur, but has also made clear requests for improvements. He wants the team to prioritize development for 2026, the year when new regulations will come into force. This puts Vasseur in a delicate position because any team, even a giant like Ferrari, has limited resources. Establishing a subsidiary in the UK could help optimize those resources, allowing the team to work more effectively on multiple projects simultaneously. Furthermore, being close to other top teams could foster a valuable exchange of knowledge. Charles Leclerc, Hamilton's teammate at Ferrari, would also benefit from this new dynamic. Both drivers would have access to a more robust ecosystem with greater responsiveness and innovation. However, opening a subsidiary in the UK is no magic bullet. One of the biggest challenges would be ensuring effective communication between the new unit and the headquarters in Maranello. After all, Ferrari is much more than a racing team. It is an Italian cultural institution. Any change must respect that identity while seeking to modernize its processes. Rosberg acknowledged this dilemma when he commented, "Maybe this is not possible." He was referring to the difficulty of harmonizing two distinct organizational cultures. However, if well executed, this integration could result in something extraordinary. Imagine a Ferrari that combines Italian passion and heritage with British efficiency and innovation. It would be a historic milestone for the team and for Formula One as a whole. Although it's still just speculation, the idea of Ferrari establishing a base in the UK sparks curiosity and anticipation. If it materializes, this move could be the catalyst the team needs to return to the top. For Lewis Hamilton, it would represent a unique opportunity to end his career on a high note while helping transform Ferrari back into a dominant force. As we await official confirmations, one thing is certain. Formula One is on the brink of entering a new era of innovation and transformation. And who knows? Maybe we will see the iconic prancing horse galloping once again toward victory, with Hamilton and Leclerc leading the way.